Okay, so we're gonna start from basic. Uh, what is Cisco? As you know, Cisco is a third largest company in the world, and it used to be the second largest company in the world. Cisco name came from the San Francisco. At the end of this city is the state in the basically in America, USA. So they took the name Cisco from that city and they make a company with the name Cisco. Just like suppose maybe I took the name like Riyadh and I make a company and we call them Riyadh. So that's why they the third largest company. Cisco has many certifications, wireless certification, routing and switching, security. They have collaboration, they have voice, videos, and so many certifications. Then they have associate level certifications. They have entry level certification, professional level certification, expert level certifications. But for all, whatever you want to do for any track like a security, routing and switching, wireless, collaboration, cyber ops, they make them must CCNA routing and switching. CCNA routing and switching can be done in two part, either in one part. 99% students are doing in one part CCNA routing and switching and they write the exam. But you can do it by ICND 1 and ICND 2. What is CCNA? Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is the abbreviation of CCNA. And when you do this certification, after that, you can configure, you can install, you can troubleshoot a medium organization router and switches easily. And to be honest, up to this point, we are using these commands every day. Even though I'm CCIE, but I'm still using this CCNA command my daily life. So because all the Cisco certification related to route networking, so we will take start from network. What is network? Network means when we connect more than one system, we call them network. And when they start communication, we call them networking. When they start communication, we call them networking. Why we need a networking? As you already done, so that's why I'm doing fast forward. So if anything you need, just put a question. Basically, we need networking for the three things: to save money, space, and time. This is our main advantages. That's why we need a networking. There are many type of networking. The main two which we know is LAN and WAN. This is normally we heard about these two. The rest of all are derived from these two. What is LAN? LAN means local area network. A network which we design through cable within a room, within a building with limited area, maybe in school, maybe in college, maybe in a building, maybe in a room, but through cable we call them local area network. But when we design the same technology, the same thing which I mentioned you without cable, wireless means wireless, jobless, useless, without cable, we call them wireless local area network. And wireless local area nothing but they are using radio signal through air to connect the systems, which give you free hand. So this called wireless local area. Again, it's limited to the building. It's relatively near to each other. It can be a room, it can be a house, it can be a building, and it can be a school, college, university, whatever. Wide area network. When we connect more than one local area network, more than one local area network, which we just say maybe wireless, maybe wire. We call them wide area network. An example of this is you may see the internet is also, you may call them wide area network. Now going further, then what is metropolitan area network? In shortcut we call them MAN, metropolitan area network. If you design your WAN, in other words, I will say when you connect more than one local area network within a city, which is limited to your city, we call them metropolitan area network. So means before this I was saying that is called wide area network when you connect more than local area network. And now I'm saying this is called main metropolitan area network. These are the specific name. Like you can call me a human. Yes, I'm a human and you are also a human. You can call me a Muslim. I'm a Muslim as well. You can call me Pakistani. I'm Pakistani as well. All these are my identity, but the main thing is my name Ahmad. If you call me by name, so this is my specific name, rather than to call me a human, rather than to call me a Pakistani, rather than to call me an Asian. Why not by specific name? So before I was talking that is called wide area network means because we know these two terminology only. So when it's limited to the city and your more than local area network is connected, we call them metropolitan area network. And when you design local area network in university, college, school, we call them campus area network. But you can call them local area network as well. As I told you, and I give an example of human. Then personal area network. When you connect everything, it can be a printer, it can be a fax machine, it can be a camera, it can be a TV, it can be anything to your laptop or your personal system and doing sharing and changing, exchanging, we call them personal area network. To go further, but I need you to do more terminology as well. So let me open another introductory class as well. I know you already done, but I just need to be on the safe side so you know. So as we know CCNA routing and switching, and why we do this? Because it's high demandable certificate throughout the world everywhere. And many other country, not KSM and many other European country, this is their requirement. If you have this one, you can easily get the huge salary. Cisco company, I already told you, is founded in 1984 by many people. It was a small company and then developed properly. Cisco has many product. It used to be many. Now they are using delivering many product: router, switches, firewall, IP telephone, camera, IP camera, wireless router, wireless access point. So, but the main job of the Cisco is their operating system, which is CLI based. This is the founders of Cisco, many founder, and later on this is the main person. At the beginning the Cisco logo was like this one. Then change them 1919, and now you can see them like this one. Exam The exam code is 200-125 and the certification name is CCNA Routing and Switching. You can write the exam in Riyadh and 5-6 center. 90-minute exam which they can give you extra 30 minutes if your first language is not English. The passing score is 850 out of 1000, which is very easy. None of my students till now in my 10-year career fail my certification. You can write an exam in many languages. The exam fees is 325 US dollar, but after give you the voucher, the exam fees will be $100 rather than to pay $325 because I'm Cisco certified instructor, so I can give the voucher to my student 60% off voucher. Exam is normally drag and drop, multiple choice, single choice, and you will get two labs as well, which is very easy labs. So I was talking about the network. Network means when you connect more than one system, it's called network. And when they start communication, we call them networking. And I was talking about the type that mainly we know this two, local area network and wide area network. But there are many subtype of this network. So I told you local area network, when you design locally, we call them local area network. Maybe in a home, in a school, computer laboratory, in office building, college, university, we call them local area network. And when you connect more than two local area network, we call them wide area network. And when you connect more than one local area network within a city, we call them metropolitan area network. And when you connect your local area network through wireless, we call them wireless local area network. Same as storage area network. Normally we call them shortcut SAN as well. Storage area network, normally we call them SAN. It's connected your local area network and you can store your organization data, so we call them storage area network. And I told you about personal area network. When you connect anything to your personal laptop or systems, maybe TV, maybe printer, maybe headphone, maybe Bluetooth, maybe mouse, keyboard, include everything, we call them personal area network. And I was talking about the campus area network. When you connect and you design a local area network within university, a school and college, etc., we call them campus area network. The same as another terminology is intranet. Intranet means if company develop their private network inside, we call them they can access them from outside as well. But normally we call them intranet because you will heard about these two words. The same is extranet. Extranet is also belong to any organization, but when they access them, either their partner company, either their any other company access them from another source, we call them extranet. In internet, we know international network. International network is nothing but connected local area network with each other. So we call them internet. Now I was coming to these terminologies. Now we know a little bit about network. Now we need to know about these terminologies. Every language and every they have terminology, like medical, their own terminologies. Everything have their own terminology. When two doctors are sitting and they're talking about, you will never understand what are they saying. They will talk about different capsule, different excuse me. So the first thing is server. Anything who giving any services is called them server. Maybe DHCP server, file server, print server, fix server, anything. DNS server means a person, a PC which giving services, we call them server. And anyone which receiving these services call them client. The other terminology is node. Anything on your network we call them node. Node is like a, when somebody enter in the room and we are 3 4 people are sitting and they say how many person you are, so that I can bring something for you. They are asking like how many person, but I'm not a person. You are John, I'm Ahmad, he may be someone, maybe some other name, but all together we call them person. The same is node. Anything connected in the network, it can be a printer, it can be a server, it can be laptop, it can be anything, we call them node. A segment, a group of PC, we call them segment. Backbone, the main wire which every system is connected in the network, we call them backbone. Source, from where the data is coming, and destination where the data is going. The other terminology is a packet, a collection of bits which we transfer from one location to another, we call them packet. Topology, the way we design a network, we call them topology. Topology is just like if you want to make a house and first we draw a map that my driving room will be here, my TV lounge will be here, my washroom will be here. We do like this. Whenever you make a house, the same we call them topology. Before to make a network, we draw topology. What will be where? Bit 0 or 1. When it's 4, we call them nibble. When it's 8, we call them byte. And then megabyte, terabyte, petabyte, and so on. So many. Bandwidth, the amount of data which can be sent on a interface, we call them bandwidth. It's just like a pipe, you can say. And water is like a packet. The more bigger pipe, the easily the water can travel. But in the sense of the bandwidth, this is the real life example. But in networking, every cable is similar, but they have their category. So the more highest category, the more they have a bandwidth and the more they can transfer the data, which we will see a little bit. Another terminology is simplex. Simplex means the information which is flow in one direction, we call them simplex. Like a television, we can only watch television. Like a keyboard, when you putting the detail but you are not getting any reason through cable. A radio, we can only listen the radio. This is called simplex technology, means one way direction. The other is half duplex. Half duplex means the information will flow in two direction but not at a time. It's like a bridge where which a car can pass, only one car can pass. Suppose there is a bridge and this is a car and here is a car. At a time only one car can pass, it's okay. When he pass, the other can travel. But if two car coming, so it will collide. So it's called half duplex, like a walkie-talkie. When the security guard is speaking, when they press the button so they can speak, the other cannot speak on the same time. The last terminology is the full duplex. The information can flow in two directions and at the same time, like a modem, modulation and demodulation, like our telephone, like our mobile handsets. We can communicate at the same time. Now, going further, networking devices. We know terminology, we know about the introduction. Now we need a device to design a network. For this we need the first device is hub and the second one is switch. What is the difference between these two? Both are similar. Both have the same job. Hub and switch both are centralized devices. Centralized means if you want to connect more than two systems, you need a hub or switch. Suppose at your home, you want to connect your laptop, your television, your server, Maybe you can connect many other thing and you have only one shoe. So what you do normally, you buy an extension. We call them extension, which you can extend your one shoe to many. The same job do in networking by hub and switch, like a power extension, I think so we call them, like this one. You know what I'm. The same job is do by hub and switch. Both are centralized devices which connect more than two systems with each other on the same network. But hub is broadcasting all the time. So we have this terminology which we will discuss later on. Broadcast means one to all. Unicast one to one communication. Multicast one to multiple system communication. And anycast one to the nearest. These are the some terminology. So hub do all the time communication, all the time broadcasting, while switch do first time broadcasting but then unicast. Hub is dummy device, switch is intelligent device. Hub is working on layer 1, switch is working on layer 2. Hub is not taking any decision, switch is taking decision on MAC address. Hub is overall one broadcast domain, switch is also overall one broadcast domain. Hub is overall one collision domain, switch every port as a collision domain, separate collision domain. Let's see both have what is the difference. What I told you and theoretically, let me show you here. This is hub, this is switch. Let me send a packet from here to here. When it's reached to hub, it broadcasts to everyone. Maybe 500 system it will broadcast. When the packet came back, again it's broadcast. I thought maybe it's first time, let's see. Third time again is broadcast. Fourth time again is broadcast. Maybe it's my first communication, so let's do it again with the same system. No, it's broadcasting all the time. Whatever it will broadcast the packet. Let's do the same job on the switch. I send packet from here to here. When it's reached to the switch, switch do the same job which hub done. But now this is the difference. Look at the second packet is unicast. The rest of all packet are unicast between these two systems and successfully. And again, if I do again, it will be unicast. So it means switch is intelligent, hub is dummy device. Hub broadcasts all the time, switch broadcast first time and then unicast. Now coming to the second point. If I send packet from here to here, on the same time I send a packet from here to here, it will collide. Because hub is let's do the same job here and send from here to here. It will not collide. So it means hub is overall one collision domain and switch every port as a collision domain. Hub work on half duplex and switch work on full duplex, which we done two terminologies. Third device is router. What is router? When we connect more than two different network, we need a device which is called router. It's just like suppose two person when they are speaking different languages, maybe you are speaking Arabic and I speaking French. So we cannot do communication. For this purpose, we need someone interpreter or translator. The same job do by router, because the two devices which discuss, they connect same network, but router connect different network, like maybe class A with class B, by one subnet to another subnet, by LAN to WAN to LAN. And later on we will discuss router not do only these things, they can do many other things. It can be used as a router, it can be used as a firewall, it do netting, it do base routing, it do ACLs, it do many things, but we will discuss later on that thing. The last device at least you need to do networking is NIC, network interface card, either network adapter, either NIC, either LAN card, either LAN adapter. There are many names with NIC. And laptop and everywhere they have different type. So these are the device at least you need. If you want to connect minimum two devices, you still require at least interfaces. It can be wireless adapter, it can be Bluetooth adapter, it can be cable. If you need more than two, then you need switch and hub. If you want to connect different network, then you need a router. Let's do another thing. Now we are coming to topologies. I told you topology is the architecture and the design of network. We call them topology. There are many topology: bus topology, star topology, ring topology, mesh topology, tree topology, hybrid topology, and many other to design a network. The first topology is bus topology. Why we call them a bus? It's like a bus, straight, and we connect the system. All the devices we call them node, which I told you we call them overall as a node. At the end there are terminators. To connect router to switch and switch to PC, you need NIC. Yes, of course, if you want to connect a router, here is NIC. You know, there are in every PC, these are NIC, we call them. These are interfaces. In the system, there is also interfaces. But the interfaces of system, we call them NIC normally. And the NIC and the switch and router, we call them interfaces normally. We can call them interfaces, we can call them, but you can call them NIC as well. For everything, you need an interface to connect. So if I want to connect, sorry, I need a straight cable, which we will discuss later on. So I connected to the switch. Sorry, there is no port in this switch because I took the switch which has no port. So if I want to connect, obviously I need an interface 0G0, and here I connect to any interface. These are the interfaces. And the same, I need to connect a PC. Again, I need a cable to connect to switch, either to the router. So yes, now the bus topology. We were talking about bus topology. Let me show you the bus topology by animation. This is bus topology. Every system is connected to this main backbone cable. At the end there are terminator. The issue is it's easy to install, it's very good, but the issue is if anywhere break, the whole network will not work. It's like a pipe of mask. If this is broken here, nothing will work. The water will go here. It was using before 1980, we were using this topology, not anymore. because we are not using any more coaxial cable. Coaxial cable you will see nowadays in dish antenna and television. Bus topology in 1980 we were using T connector like this, which we are using nowadays in dish antenna and television. This was called bus topology. The second topology is ring topology. It's like a ring. Remove the terminator and make a ring, bus topology. So it's called them ring topology. If I have, so let me show you. Yeah, this is ring topology. Again, the same connector, same coaxial cable. One network is down, the whole will be down. The third one is star topology, which we are using. You will see in everywhere this topology nowadays. It's like a star. At the middle there is a router or switch which we discuss. So let me go to star topology. If I have the animation, yeah, this one. So now we have a router, sorry, we have a switch or hub, centralized devices, all the PC are connected. It's more expensive than the other two, but the reason is if this cable is broken, only this PC will not work. If this is broken, this PC will not work. The rest of all devices will work. Yes, the only thing is if this switch is not work, the whole system will not work. And it's like a star, so we call them star topology. In the star topology, connectors are changed. It's become RJ45, register jack, which is like this one. And also we introduce hub and switch in the middle. And the cable is changed cat 5, cat 6, cat 7, cat 8, cat 3, cat 4. Before we were using coaxial cable and T connector like this one. The last topology is mesh topology. It's very expensive, but there is no downtime. And normally nuclear plant these people are using this one. Because in this topology, what happened? Building 1 network is connected to building 2 by too many way. It connected through building 5, it connected through building 3, it connected to building 4, and it connect directly as well. So if this one is down, it's okay. If this one is down, if this one is down, if this one is down, again we have somehow connectivity. So it's expensive and it's very hard to deploy, but there is no downtime. It's called mesh topology. And I told you there is hybrid topology when you connect more than two topology and mix them. And tree topology when you make them as a tree and you connect many topology with each other, and so many other topology. Logically, we have two topology, which is your system. Your system can be the part of either domain, the same as my system is domain, or either it can be an work group. In a work group, your system play a role like a peer-to-peer, or it can be as a server or client both. But in the domain, you are only client and there are few servers. This is logical topology. Now coming to transmission media. Transmission media is two type. Wire, which we call them cable based, bounded and guided, and cable less, wireless, unbounded and unguided. Let's coming to type of cable, which is this one, cable based, wire bounded or guided. Three type of cable we are using in networking. Basically two. Coaxial cable we are not using anymore. Twisted pair twist, there is twist with each other. And pair means in pair. So twisted pair cable, coaxial and fiber optic. Twisted pair in two category. Unshielded twisted pair and shielded twisted pair. Unshielded means there is no extra protection, and shielded there is extra protection. These are the category of both unshielded and shielded. Category 1 and 2 we are not using anymore. These are only for telephone. Category 3 to category 7 we have speed wise. If you are using Cat 3 it means your speed will be 16 megabit per second. And if you are using Cat 7 your speed will be 1000 megabit per second. And it's written on the cable when you check. Coaxial cable, I told you, is very expensive. 1980 it was used, not anymore. It was like connector was like this one, and that time the LAN card was like this one, and these were the connector. This is the connector. Fiber optic is very expensive. We are only using inside the data center to connect switches in system with each other, and we are using for backbone right now. But in the future maybe the whole network will be done through fiber optic because the installation is difficult and it's using light instead of electric pulse. So that's why the installation is difficult. So that's why. These are the cable summary: twisted pair, coaxial and fiber optic. Twisted pair in two category, unshielded and shielded, and they have 7 category. Coaxial cable we have thin net and thick net. Fiber optic we have single mode and multi mode. This is shielded. You can see there is extra shield. Unshielded there is no extra shield. And twisted pair. 8 standard color. This is single mode and multi mode. Fiber optic. In single mode one light is going, in multi mode multi light. These are the connector. RJ11 is smaller one, register Jack11, register Jack45 as per the network, and BNC British network connector. To make a cable we have standard color: blue blue white, brown brown white, green green white, orange orange white. If you want to connect these devices, PC to PC, router to router, switch to switch, PC to router, PC to firewall, PC to IPS, IDS, we need to use these are same devices. But you will say this is not same. PC and router, it's not same, but it's same by the nature, means where we connect the port are equal. Suppose you know uh, rickshaw, maybe this rickshaw tire, this one by the way, and scooty tire. If I have a scooty somewhere, they both have the same tire. Scooter which we use in Asia, not this one, not this scooter, this one. So this one, and they both, when you go to shop and ask them they that I need a tire, they will give you the same tire, which can rickshaw they can use them, and also the scooty can use them. Not this one, the one we are using. I'm giving you example of India and Pakistan. They're changing everywhere, but normally these tire they have the same. So the same way these same devices, by call them their tire are same, not by structure. Then you have to configure cross cable. This is cross cable, this is side A and this is side B. These are the color. If you want to, and this is the checking by LAN tester. You can check them by LAN tester. Many LAN tester. Suppose this one. Here this is the master part, to the it will go to 1 to 8, and the other part will go to 3 6 1 4 5 2 7 8. So it means you configure the cross cable properly. And if you want to connect these devices, excuse me, then you have to make a straight cable. Straight cable means 1 to 8 it will go. 1 to 8 this side and 1 to 8 this side. And the third one is the roll-over cable. It's built in. Normally we configure router switches firewall by this first time. A roll-over cable is coming built in. One side is serial port, yeah, this one. But nowadays you will not find serial. So then we buy a converter, roll cable converter. Not this one, USB to serial converter, we call them. USB to serial converter. Then we use this converter because serial port is not anymore in the laptop and the latest system, but we have a USB everywhere. So then we put this one and configure first time router and switches. So this is called rollover cable. But at the end, I will tell you, you don't need to remember any device. Which cable? Nowadays, every device has sensor. So they can work on straight cable and they can work across cable. Suppose I put two switches and two switches here. By law, which I told you, they need a cross cable because they are same devices. So I can connect one by one and one to here. It will work after a while, it will start because these are the same devices. Let me connect them by straight cable and let's see. It's better to simulate and quickly delete. It will green both. Amazing. I told you it will not work. If you have same devices, you need to connect them by cross cable. Why is working on a straight cable? Because in every device nowadays, even in my system, my laptop, my router, my switch, everything has auto sensor. If I remove the sensor, then it's require cross cable, it will work. Let me go to configuration, interface 0/1 MDIX auto. This is on by default, this sensor. If I remove this sensor from both sides, it will stop working by straight cable, not by cross cable. Enable
Man, I cannot rewind this, man.
0/1 and paste. Look at it, stop working. But if I remove this 0/1 cable and connect to cross cable, it will work. It has to work, yes. But through straight cable, it will not work because I removed the sensor. So you don't need to remember this cable because this is doing by technician, but at least you have an idea that why we are using straight cable and cross cable. But you can use any cable nowadays to connect any system. It will work by both cable. And I give you an example of one switch. Let me go to the other. If I lift something in the other introductory class, so we know end devices, we call them host as well. You know already about the end devices, which is laptop systems, we call them end devices. Voice or IP phone, it's using, they have many model and Cisco also introduced this one. Some phone you can video call as well, and some phone you can have only voice. It's depend on the NIC. I told you they have many type, external, internal. For laptop, for systems, they have different. Media, I already told you, bounded media means is bounded. It's in your control. And I show you many there. RJ11 I told you is used in telephone and DB9 is the converter which I show you, and I put the converter. We discuss about the intermediary devices which we call them switches. I told you. In hub we explain this. There is a repeater. Nowadays you will not find repeater means to it will retransmit your, maybe if you have a longer distance, so your signal will become weak. Like normally we also use them in Wi-Fi as well. If you have low signal and not covering, so we install a repeater or another Wi-Fi router, we connect them and they extend our signals. So we call them a repeater or extended. Bridge, you will not find these. Bridge means bridge, which connect two same network with each other like a bridge. And I told you about the switch we discussed. We will discuss later about many switch type. Access point, we call them AP as well. Cisco also produce Linksys and many other. They have many models. So you can easily connect freely with in your organization. We call them access point. But in big organization, there can be many access points. So we need a wireless controller. They control all your Wi-Fi devices. If I have here, not this one, like this one, this is wireless controller. If I have 200 access point, it's very difficult to control them. But it's okay. From wireless controller, you can go to your wireless controller graphically. HTTPS, suppose 1.1.1.5 is my wireless controller. Log in them, admin is the default username and password. And here you can control each and every access point, same password, same everything. You can enable them, you can upgrade them, you can whatever you want to, you can control them from the same place. Rather than to go to every single access point, all these can be controlled from here. So we call them wireless controller. It's wireless controller, this is access point. And many models Cisco have. Router we already discussed, we will discuss later on in detail. Firewall, which we will also discuss in detail. Cisco has also many firewall as well. Modem we already know, modulation and demodulation at home and many other places we used to use them. Topology we discussed, so I didn't lift anything into introductory class because I made two slides for two different so it's